Phyrexian system lies the planet of Pauper. Here the most dangerous minds are held captive by wizards who rule the planet with an iron fist in an attempt to silence the common people's uprising known as Pauperganda. But two have defied the odds, escaping the planet and spreading their dangerous knowledge throughout the galaxy. Aboard the deck of the SS metagame, they broadcast their message of hope. Hello and welcome to Pauperganda on this May 23rd, 2020. It's at least when we're doing it live. Hopefully you caught the top of the show, a lot of little new stuff in there. Was getting into the SOS mood this weekend, and so figured I'd put together a little thing from Skyfisher Studios, which is what this room is now uncharacteristically called. All right, so I'm going to be playing Heroic today. There's been a lot of mono black everywhere. That's why Sacred Cat started the show, because just to get rid of edict effects, which is kind of a weakness of this deck. So we've got 17 lands, 16 of them are basic. We've got one step, 4 mutagenic growths. I've got everything in kind of a different order here because there's so many one drops in this that it's just an ocean and I'd have to scroll down, and I don't like to do that. So thank you for joining me, Shiraz. I know for all those of you wondering, Little Fight is actually out buying sheep today. Interesting. He's got a gigantic backyard that needs the attention of some woodland creatures, and that's the one he chose. So anyway, we've got obviously 4 Cartouche of Solidarity, the Deftblade Elite, one of my very favorite white creatures, 3 Emerge Unscathed, 4 Armors, 4 Umbras, 4 Karametra's Blessing, the newest card in it. Beautiful artwork on that. I like when they depict shields very subtly like that, where it's almost completely invisible. Yes, sheep, you heard me. Now we've got the Trailblazer and 2 Sacred Cats, 2 Sentinel's Eyes, 2 Cho-Mannos, 2 Seekers, and 4 Guards. In our sideboard, we've got 3 Catch-All Fragmentize, bit slow, but gets the job done. Excuse me. 1 Hallow, another Sacred Cat. Like I said, outside of a Cartouche play, we're kind of dead meat to a lot of mono black, and mono black's everywhere lately, especially in the turning rooms, and now I can't even badmouth it. It's placing okay. So we got 2 Journeys, 2 Celestial Flares, 3 Gut Shots, and 3 Beckons. Another Edict fodder bait scenario there too. So we're gonna I got plans to maybe go on a nice bike ride with the fam today and stuff. So, and after last week's long show, I figured I'll play something more dear to my heart and a little more aggro and a little faster. So this probably won't be the longest show. However, we do have a new cartoon, or no, what do you call, spoof in the works. So that should be fun. We will keep this and see how we can do. All right, keep the one-lander. Oh, buddy, Calpine. All right, let's see what we can do here. Hopefully some damage. Quiet show today so far. Tortured Existence showing up nice and early. He's become quite adept at this build. Let me see. I'm trying to think which would make the most sense to keep out and about early. Let's drop the Trailblazer here. We'll follow it up with Deftblade probably and be able to nibble up any sort of stinkweed stuff. So, Disruption. Yeah. All right, here we go. Woo! Yeah, it's already pretty warm here today, so I'm not looking forward to how much higher the temperature is going to go, but it's supposed to be decent flavor. All right, I want to get out. I actually want to get out Deftblade here. I'm going to play this out, and I'm going to put this on here just right now, just to get some offense going. Next turn, we'll be able to push through, hopefully, with the Deftblade. Not quite sure what his list is on, but I know he uses that cool Lampid, the one that you can kill slowly over a lot of turns. Very efficient creature. My son loves it. I've been killed with it many a times. So yeah. Addo Frog. Hey, what's up, everybody? So yeah, like I said, strange day here in Pauperland. We've got Little Fight Out buying sheep. Exactly what I wanted to draw here. Okay, let's do this on this, so we can kind of shut off any sort of offense moving forward. And we might as well I'll set this up here. Just get some nice critters going. He's a bit away from any sort of Crypt Rat technology. At least a few turns. And we'll attack. And we'll say yes. Let's use this ability. We'll get in for 3, and hopefully we've got some more next turn. Oh, Phobos SD. We've got quite a few emails this last week about playmats, so that'll be cool. If you do get a playmat, please take a second and just take a picture of yourself holding it. We'd love to show that at the top of the show, and good times. All right, this guy's going to go fetch. My son is amazed that this is a Pauper legal card. He's like, that's way too good. I was like, I know. It's an awesome card. Oh, I was wrong about the old Crypt Rat there, but he'll only get our Vigilance dudes if that's the case with the Tribe Elder showing up. Nice and early there. All right. Oh, and we'll maybe go over Compass Control. I've got quite a few changes that I posted on our coffee link and also our supporter page, so that's pretty cool. Don't want to see here as a Spore Frog. That would really suck. Kenwaku in the house. Thank you, my friend. Good to see you. There it is. Lampet of Death's Vigil. Sacrifice a creature. Each opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. Ooh, burly. Well, we're going to make him sacrifice that, because I'm going to go like this. I think I'm going to rock here, even though it's not going to come through with much damage. I want to make sure that... come on, attack. Let's go. Now he's got to block it. We'll get him for 5 here. Still not feeling too good about our scenario here. I'm not sure if we should hold back. Let's see if he drops a land. Crypt Rat. I just don't know the list, but I'm pretty sure he's got at least 1 Crypt Rat main. So he could wipe for 2. Yeah, I think I'll sit on this. Let me bring out a Seeker. Just stay aggro. He's going to have to eat 2 if he does it. What do we got? What do we got? Do we got Spore Frogs? Aha, there it is. Crypt Rat in the yard. Cycling this. I think he's hunting for... I don't know if they're running Spore Frog. They probably are. He drops it here. Alright, so we take that one. Boop-a-doo. Alright. So, I want to bring in these. Maybe a gut shot or 2. I'm going to lose the Blessing. Seekers, not really needed. I'm going to actually lose the Seekers. I'm going to keep this down and dirty. I'll lose a cat. I'm going to bring in 2 gut shot just for end of turn frogs. And Fragmentize, probably a good call too. Let's maybe not too many of them though. Let's see. Not many. I'll lose 1 Emerge. I'll bring in 2 Fragmentize. No, I don't want to overboard here. Might be better to yeah, we'll just bring in 2. So we've got end of turn abilities. We've got a little bit of Graveyard Hate. That'll power up our critters. And boy, look at that 1 drop curve. Woo! All right, here we go. Yeah, I had my standard list earlier this morning and bumped in like 2 black decks. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I should modify this. And so moved a Sentinel's Eyes around and got a few other things. So we've got defense against you know who early. We've got a 1 drop. We can power it up, keep it a little bit safe. It's not the best hand, but we'll keep it. Strange artwork. All right, let's do this and this. The Flexible Wild showing up. We're good here. Let's rock here. Now with Mutagenic, we can at least represent some sort of damage. Really want that Skyguard to come through, though. Might use the Lagonna-Band as like a... Okay, he's got that dude down. That's interesting. Target creature. Target this. Target that. Alright. Let's get at least another creature out. So I've got multiple attackers in case there's some sort of a edict effect. Probably not. More of the Crypt Rat's Persuasion usually, so I'll go like here. And I'll throw this on here. Come over for 5. Say hello. The Caustic Caterpillar. Very nice. Very cool artwork. Man, those much like insects, you know, you look at them, they got beautiful shells and stuff, and then you look closely and like, ooh, that's creepy. These things can get nasty. Alright. He's got the goods there. Let's see. This is target creature gets. I gotta familiarize myself with some of these cards. We've been new to quite a few. Alright, well. Let's keep things rolling here with yeah, we'll rock like this. See what we can see. Totem armor in the house. Double first strike. Feeling good. I'll come on over with both. I won't respect an edict effect till I see one. Block shoot. There we go. Good choice in the Umbra. That way when it dies, it's dead. Let's see what we have here. 1 more mana and we'll be feeling good. 2 more, not so much. Nice choice in lands. Pretty sweet. Crypt Rat showing up. Alright. Give me a land, dang it. Ah. Alright. Well. We'll attack. Now then, let me see. I'm tempted to use this now, so he might want to trip it. I'll just shove it here. Get in some extra kazowie? I don't know. I'm very excited for the SpaceX launch in about 3 or 4 more days, I believe. That should be very cool. Crypt Rat getting to that point where it's like, hey, a minute. Now hold on a minute. You might have to block the Crypt Rat. Calling green on that. That might be cool. Well, with only 1 land, we're not doing too bad. Yeah, we can call that on that. Say green. I think we're going to have to roll like that. Let's do that. I'll say green. If he trips it, he's dead either way. Make sure we're doing this right. Green. Attack. There it is. Is he going to trip it? He is. Look at this. All right. No edict effect. No edict effect. Boy, chat got real quiet, guys. Somebody say something. Even if it's just a smiley face. Just want to make sure my feed's going through. Slow start to the chat today. What do we got here? Hey, there he is. Bloody Thug. There. Thank you for that. Now I feel relaxed. Stinkweed Imp. Wild. Spore Frog. Ah, there's that damn Spore Frog. We need our tricks. Tree Folk, Grave Scrabbler, Stinkweed, Wilds, and Frog. Alright, Frog comes down. Well, without backup with Tortured Existence, we might have him on his heels here. I'm calling green. Getting another counter, and hopefully we draw another land. That would be really nice. Or a gut shot would be nice too. Okay. Seeing as how he has to sacrifice that, I might want to call black here. I'm going to call black. There we go. Okay. I like this. We've got Fragmentize out. We'll attack, force him to use it. Got kind of lethal every turn. If we just need to turn off that graveyard or get like a Beckon Apparition or a gut shot like I was saying. That'll be cool. We'll bring this out just for defensive might. I actually might have wanted to play Skyguard there. I'm not quite sure. The ability to bring things back. It's a sitting duck with Crypt Rats in the yard. I want to wait till I get another maybe Mutagenic Growth here. What is that? Phobo SD? Some flaming crystal sword or something? Very nice. Emojis for days. Nice. There you go. Thank you for that. Hey, the more I see stuff scrolling through, I know everything's going all right. So one of these days I'll have some extra monitors and stuff, but one of the biggest things in production is keeping it simple. He just cast the Grave Scrambler. Interesting. All right. If I get any sort of pro spell, no, we need to. All right. This helps a little bit. I'm going to smash in with this. Except if I do that, he's got the other thing. Yeah, let me crash in here. We've got the anti-TE tech in Fragmentize, but it's not doing much. Now, is it? I don't know if it's even worth killing that brown scale. I'll just let it go. Let it go. Oh. Actually forgot what it was. Okay. All right. Bring out Skyguard, and hopefully this can finish the job. Get us a flyer in here. Maybe Stinkweed will show up. What we really need now is some sort of anti-graveyard tech or a way to oh, there it is. Kind of shut that off. Man, I wish that was an instant. Well, if he's got some end of turn tricks, I'm going to at least have an option for it here. Fragmentize. He's better do it now. Kind of make him, what's the word? Represent. That's not the word I'm looking for. Alrighty. The Heroic does its thing. 2-0 against Tortured Existence. Great deck. Just needs a little bit of time rolling up. These matches are going to go fast, so there's no issue with what's in this list. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys the compass control changes that I made. Where I don't think I'm going to be playing this today. It's just going to be a Heroic day and get in, get out sort of thing. Let me make sure I go down all the way here, and I'm going to go over, spread this up because I've got a gigantic sideboard. Make sure it's all in one row and make it all nice and pretty so that I can talk you through. If you follow us on Facebook, I did a first of ever just iPhone headphones, and I just talked about the deck and where it went, how it started, all that stuff, because it's one of those, it's just a very, very, very fun deck to play. Now I've got I'm back to 20 lands because I'm running a full Preordain and Ponder setup. Got 4 Barrens, a Den, a Furnace, what is this? 7 islands, 2 sanctuaries, a plains, 2 seats, a swamp, and a vault. This looks greedy, and I'm not going to lie, sometimes it can be, but you need to remember, just like I needed to be reminded, that this can turn things like Snuff Out active, even though you don't have a swamp. You just tap it and turn it into a swamp. So there's some pretty funny things. I took a picture yesterday on Facebook where I turned this sideways, made a Seat of the Synod an island, and then I made like the Furnace an island, and then I played the Sanctuary to get back a Remember the Fallen, and then all the shenanigans just go crazy after that. So here's the big change. You heard me whining last week that Elves is a really bad matchup, so I needed 2 of these main, and I put 2 of these main. I can cycle these. These have really, really, really surprised me. Against everything from Tron to Affinity stuff, I was like, really? You have quite a few artifacts, and there's so much air power that I've got flying wise that I'm usually able to pitch it and not even really worry about it, and then refill the hand with Trinket Mage. So anyway, I'll go over the list real quick. The Spell Bombs, 4 Compass, 2 Karark, 1 Omen, 1 Capsule. They've got 4 and 4, 4, 4, 2, 4, 1 Tragic Lesson, 1 Remember the Fallen, 2 Oblivion Rings, and 4 Mulldrifters. In the sideboard, I've got the COP package, just every which one of them. Is that a thing? It is now. Lone Missionary against Burn, 1 more Ring, 3 Dispels, 2 Fumes, 1 more Shaman, and 2 Gorilla Shamans. So it's quite a shamanistic sideboard there, but pretty cool. So yeah, we'll jump right on in here and try another attempt at heroic goodness, and we'll see what we can do there. Like I said, we've got a very cool thing. My son's girlfriend was over, and she's got a pretty cool, friendly voice. Had her try her first attempt at a Pauperganda commercial, and she hit it out of the park. It's called Augur Financial. And yeah, it just has to do with saving money. That's why we play Pauper, right? And just kind of making fun of other formats and how much money they waste and stuff. So if you haven't seen it on YouTube, you're going to see it up in next. And we'll see. Her name's Kaylin Lunsford. Very cool. Yeah, I want to play first. I'm talking too much. All right. I love seeing 2 lands and 2 creatures. We'll keep. This is one of those inebriation qualifier decks where you can have a few in you and still play it pretty well. Remember the first time I coined that phrase, I got, I think, Paul Dyson out in the New York area. Hope he's doing well. I was kind of cracking up over the titling of that. Go for a quick smoke and then be right back. It might be over, Shiraz. Yep. All right. So let's see. All right, that's enough lands. Let me get up critter here. I like to diversify. I don't know what we're up against here. Liwu. What a strange name. Piaxiao 4247J. I always wonder when those monikers have a lot of numbers, if the lower denomination was already taken. Well, realistically, I kind of want air power no matter what, but I'll swing in here and... No, I won't. I'm going to pass. Evangeline001, hello, back at ya. Okay, so that's black. I'm definitely going to hold back. I want to focus on Mutagenic hitting Skyguard, protecting it, and running away with something that resembles a victory, hopefully. So good to see all the new faces in chat, and if you're hiding out and lurking, please don't. Just say something, or put one of those cool crystal sword symbols. Explore the emojis. Do something to let me know you're out there. It's all good times. All right. Well, let's start protecting stuff. Rock like this. The Martyr guy. Something. Nice. I like it. I'll take it. Are you a fan of Martyr of Ash? Is that via the name? That's a word. I'm a horrible speller anyway. And that's a word, it's only because of Magic that I can sometimes spell it right in Scrabble. Cash Override. Oh, we're just on heroic. Feeling heroic, feeling good. I'll put this here. I'm not sure if I want to, how far in I want to go on this. Once this gets in the 5 range, I think I'll be all right. You know what? Because we've got the little dude out there, I'm actually going to throw this here. I'm just going to go for a crazy swing here. By the way, I'm losing against a Delver with mono white. What? I feel so bad. Martyr of Sands. Oh, yeah. Very underplayed card. Good times. Yep, this is heroic. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to lie and say I've been playing this a lot. I've been really on my Compass build, but, you know, I like to mix it up and not sit here and play the same deck week after week after week. So the drawback is sometimes I'm a little slow on the uptick of getting back in the swing of like the cadence of like aggro versus control or combo and stuff like that. But there's some good sides to it too. Keeps the variety house. Snugglesworth in the house. All right. And here we go. Let's protect the crap out of that. I wish I had an Umbra on the Skyguard. I think I'm going to put this on the Trailblazer. Let's try that. Boop. But yeah, if you're looking for a tournament deck that can get you a 3-2 or better pretty rapidly, this is, I would imagine, one of the better ones. I played like 1 league in the last 5 months, so. But it's like hexproof with no mana issues. You just come out rah, and any hiccup, just like red deck wins and stuff, they're on their heels the whole game. So you playing the challenge tomorrow? Anyone else? What's gonna win? I have no idea. Ouch. Terminate shows up. All right. But that kind of time walks them. We've got 6, 1 enchantment away from having some good times. But no, I haven't played a challenge in quite a while. one of these I ought to try to get a little. They're just so pricey, and unless I'm really hell-bent on a deck working out, I tend to, I think I'm going to diversify here. Actually, if I put that on that, that's an extra point, so let's just do this and win. I've had a few people in leagues back me before, but yeah, at that, what is it, 25, 30 ticks, it's like, woo, that can eat up your funds real quick. And away we go. Heroic might make for a pretty boring show. Maybe I should play Compass Control one of these games. EV is pretty good, though, in my opinion. I believe so, too. Yeah, I think LSV was playing last week, wasn't he? I didn't even see what we were up against. That was, I'll say, blue, red, black. Something rather. We'll put the W there. All right, so we saw Terminate. They had Graveyard Colors. I like Cho-Manno there. I'm not too worried about gaining life there. I'm actually going to lose Seeker and bring in, I'll say 1 Beckon. I'll say 2. A little end of turn trickery there. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing some Compass Control too, says the Real Rod Viking. Yeah, I was cracking up the other day. I was playing it and I was just so intense and had so much to think about, and I'm like, man, there's no way I could stream this unless I'm just going like this and just ignoring everything, and which isn't very fun. So we technically have 2 creatures here. Man, this is really flooded for this. We're on the draw. I'll keep it. I got a creature. I just don't want to see any more land. Probably won't, but big shout out to the artist Therese Nielsen. Man, beautiful, beautiful. Love this land. A competitive tournament I ever played. I played against 2 heroic decks and 1 hexproof. It was enough to make me look at another LGs to play for Pauper. Yeah, it's quite the gambit lately. Suddenly the format got really, really healthy in the last week or two. I don't know what made the Tron menace vanish so quickly, but it sure seemed to. I mean, it hasn't vanished, but boy, Mono Black shows up and really acts like a nice band-aid to the format. Everything's kind of a 30-30-30 split percentage-wise. All right. How do you mean, Evangeline? Funny how? Funny like a clown? We're doing a Goodfellas give and go here. Yeah, so Augur Financial. It's going to be our new, it's our, I think our 41st commercial or something like that. They're getting up there. It's pretty crazy. Can't believe we've done that many. Telling you, if you just watch the playlist, it's ridiculous. It goes for like, I don't know, 30 minutes or something. It's just MTG spoofs. What's funny, though, it made me feel really old, was that I'm going to lead off with Sentinel's Eyes because I want this to stick. We'll see what happens. But what made me feel really old is like when we did go to stores back in like early March, late February, I would bring up the card Flame Tongue Kavu to kind of, somebody would ask about the play mat or something, what Pauperganda was, and they just got this glazed over look like they didn't know what that card was, and I'm like, oh no, my knowledge is too deep, it's too old. I got to start making more current spoof commercials. So I got Blackburn the other day. It's a fun deck. Yeah, we showed that about 3 weeks ago. I think it was Chid3 was the creator of that. Very cool guy. Make sure to follow him on YouTube. Very innovative dude. And I think there's some argument out there that he was the one that made the Storm deck, or at least they arrived at it at the same time. And so everybody was quick to give Caleb the props on that. But Chid3 was there too. So at about the exact same time. I saw the Rogue Burn deck you showcased a few weeks ago, and then putting up 5-0 result leagues recently. Yeah, it's funny, Martyr Guy, that deck just keeps doing its thing. It's subtly really good. All right, there might be some bounce. We don't know what we're up against here. I mean, technically, I want to drop that Cartouche, but if he's got bounce, we're just out of this. So I'm actually going to slow roll this a little bit and wait. Not the most aggro play, but I don't really want to get shut off of creatures. Any bounce spell here, and we don't get anything out of it. So I know, Snogglesworth. That's what I thought. But yeah, these and it wasn't that young of a person. They were like 25 or something, and they've been playing forever. And I'm like, I figured that's just a home run. I have to admit, if Flame Tongue Kavu was in Pauper, I guess you could splash for it. I'm not saying it wouldn't see play, but as powerful as it is, I don't think it would see that much play if it was downgraded. I'm still going on record saying that Vampire Nighthawk will be downgraded in the next few years. I think in about 3 years, it's going to be a Pauper regular and mono black control. Pauperganda like the OG lands, I guess. That's right. Yeah, I mean, these are beautiful artwork by itself. It's just, it's like when you're watching a sci-fi movie or something and they show the monster or the thing way too much, and it's so much more effective storytelling-wise to just show a shadow on the wall or show somebody's reaction to it, and it makes the viewer get invested in the production, and they go away with it feeling like they contributed something, and they come away with something, whereas you're just spoon-feeding them all this constant stimulus, and it's just kind of like, it's like when you shove something at somebody and their reaction is to go like that, you know, but if you kind of hide it, they're like, hey, what's going on over there? And they lean forward. So nice little visual editing trick. What about Shrinkmaw? That's a name I've not heard since Kevin would have been great in your Scred deck with Astrolabe. Yeah. I had a cool, what was it? There was a blue enchantment. It was, had a mask on in the Urza block. Compulsion, I think it was. I had a Compulsion control deck that won with Urza's Rage. No creatures, and then I'd have a switcheroo sideboard with 4 Flametongue Kavu. That was fun. All right, now the coast is clear, so we'll bring this out. We've got Edict Bait in our little soldier token, and double back up here. Feeling pretty good. Oh, Martyr guy. Well, I'll give you a pass on like in white bordered lands because you're a big fan of the white Martyr, so I'll chalk that up to maybe some artistic spill off there. Maybe you've gained too much life. It's killed some brain cells. Just kidding you. White borders don't look great, but Pacifism looks so good from 8th edition with the white border. Yeah, I have to admit, there's 1 or 2 cards. I think Sanctuary looks good with a white border. I don't know what's going on with our opponent here. They're really taking a long time to decide whether to either cast foil or pitch that wilds. Maybe both. Can you play Exodia? Is that a player? Is that you? Kinguino? Ugh. Kinguino, let me know if that's you. I'll be happy to play. You can just, when this round's over and we come back, throw up a challenge and I'll take it. The longest cartouche in history. Cartouche of history. When this is on the stack, take 5 minutes. Exodia, the Forbidden One. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Is that your full name online? Is that a card? All right. Let's attack. I think it's better to hold back on Karametra. Then we've got an answer for the answer if they've got an answer for our Emerge Unscathed. Oh, it's a monster card. Okay. Yeah, if it's not Pauper related, I have to see it in front of me. My son we've got him a bunch of packs just to kind of keep his spirits up with the pandemic and everything being so stuck inside. And he threw in a bunch of colorful, crafty cards, and he's been kicking my butt every once in a while with it. Compass Control, he's not enjoying that, though. It seems to have, because he really likes Golgari, and it really attacks the graveyard with those 2 main decked Nihil Spellbombs, and the ability to keep getting them back with the Mystic Sanctuary and then Remember the Fallen and all that stuff. It's pretty crazy. What always cracks me up, though, is especially midweek, you know, when I switch gears mentally with a deck strategy, especially, I mean, you can't get more than like Compass to mono white or like Burn or something where it's just so straightforward. Not that it's, you know, there's sequencing and you've got to really keep the pressure on, and there's a different skill set involved, but not nearly as intensive. But it always cracks me up how hard it is sometimes to switch over. Like you just get in that kind of like, oh, and then I'll just wait for this. Oh wait, that was that deck. Now I don't have this. So there's some big disadvantages to playing a different deck every week, but it's not like we have anything riding on the line. We're just here to promote the format, show you some creative new ideas that keep you involved and keep you interested. Unless you're one of those rare few that can play the same deck day in, day out, day in, day out. And I've run into a few of them. In fact, last week, got to go, was it the Italian Open? did okay on that. I'm going to lead off with this. I'd like to keep this for aggro. I'll say all right, and then I'll say let's keep this alive. Ended up in about middle of the way in 13th or so. I kid you not, it is so hard to wake up that early. I had to get up at 1:15 a.m. my time, and then played 3 rounds, had a break, and then played 2 rounds. And so it was a 5-round tournament, but very cool. They used a Battlefy. It's the word battle and FY. Very cool. Very superior to Gatherling, in my opinion. But for any of you people wanting to make your own tournaments, check out Battlefy. It's very cool. You can host stuff and have buy-ins and everything. It was very well run, even with the language barrier. And brothers over in Italy, love you guys. It's so cool to be involved with you and letting this English speaker into your ranks. Much appreciated. That was a lot of fun. But I don't know if I'm going to be doing it again anytime soon, because boy, did that mess up my sleep. And I was ready for it. I went to bed early thanks to a little too much wine the night before. Got a nice night's sleep, and it still wasn't enough. So we are really slow rolling it here. Going up against a... Oh, God, look at this. Now that's a... You know what? The reason these white borders sometimes work is there's so much white in the blue card itself, like in Mana Leak. So I don't mind it too much there, but it's still better looking in the black. So MTN Tat. PCT was fun this week. Battlefy is really nice making your own tournaments. DreamHack used it for LAN events. Oh, nice. Yeah, I was thinking I might look into hosting some first annual Pauperganda tournament or something like that. Maybe put up some of my funds and host something like that. It'd be pretty cool. All right, let's see if we can keep this dude alive. If he's got another Mana Leak, we've got it covered. All right, cool. It lives. It lives. It's no mystery. Everybody knows. I'm not a big fan of Terminate. Not saying it doesn't do its thing. It's just very unyieldy. Your mana's got to be just right, and there's so many cards that do the same thing for one, and you don't have to wait turn after turn after turn to do it. Show me lands. Throw lands in my graveyard, please. I'm tired of... Oh, God, 2 creatures. That sucks. Don't be a land. All right, cool. Well, we've got options here, and we've got an Umbra. That's really what it... That was a good top deck. They've got spot removal, and now we don't really have to care too much. We've got Edict Insurance. Hey, that'd be a pretty good commercial. Edict Insurance. At least it was OG turn. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but it's still not... What is that? Plane Shift? That's the promo version. You want to get really OG on it. Got to go way back. Mill. Yeah, where's my Feldon's Cane Tech now, right? I ended up losing that. I was actually thinking more along this line of it being like a defensive play or against other control decks, but in the end, it's like 1 in maybe 50 matches that can help you win the game. I'm talking about Compass Control with the Feldon's Cane Tech, and I obviously needed help against swarms and like elves and stuff, so I really wanted to go all in with that and make those matchups better instead of the AHA for all the other issues. Okay. Well, we've got First Strike. Angler showing up mostly to play defense, I think. That's kind of a strange wide range strategy here. All right. Are we going to get decked? We'll see. What we really want to keep an eye out on is our Sentinel's Eyes. If that goes into the yard, we'll be able to recast it and still swing, which will be fun. Show us the eyes. Nope. Cartouche. I like that. Well, here we go. That cat is quite sacred. We'll be smashing in for at least 1 here. The Vigilance team. It's funny, I have so much Vigilance in this deck, and this is one that doesn't run Prismatic Strands. It's like, what am I thinking? I play 1 Evangeline 001. All right, MTM Tat. The new, what we're trying to say there. Aha, all right. So anyway, guys. Oh, and fans of... I got to explain this before I go to the first break, so I got to use the restroom and get some more coffee. And we will be showing the commercial right after that, the new one, if you haven't seen it on Facebook. Sorry for the construction work outside. I'll have to close the window too. Anyway, one of my favorite comedy trios is the Upright Citizens Brigade, and they did this thing with astronauts, and it's been a thing from, it was one of our first commercials we used to roll to when we first started doing Pauperganda, and it's become kind of a old school Pauperganda fan favorite, and I try not to overdo it. We only play it like maybe every 4 or 5 months, and if you ever hear the word moon cheese baby, that's where this comes from. So for all of you new to it, you're about to see something pretty funny. Otherwise, I'll be back right after this, and we'll... Yeah, there you go, Shiraz. I'm glad you're here for it, buddy. Here we go.
I'm talking, of course, about prejudice against astronauts. Please, laugh. It helps the healing. Now, as we all know, NASA has been sending...
Good Lord intended for man to walk on the moon, then we had been born with cement feet.
I agree. My community does not need astronauts defying gravity in front of my children.
That's right. Driving their moon buggies through our neighborhoods all time of night, playing that theme to 2001 really loud on their Cosmo blasters.
Folks,
Astro-Nazis.
This is a perfect example of what's going on. There is a serious cultural clash in this country. So in the spirit of opening those lines of communication, I'd like to introduce you all right now to a real astronaut, Lieutenant Mike Birchwood. Mike, come on up, Mike. Come on, coming up here, give me a hand.
Watch out! He'll try to stick an American flag in you.
That's not all he'll stick in you.
Look, just because I've spent some time outside the Earth's gravitational pull doesn't mean that I'm different than you.
They can't eat normal food and they're addicted to Tang.
That's not true. I drink Tang because I like the taste.
You like the taste of recycled urine.
That's completely insane.
Astronauts eat breakfast upside down.
I have only eaten breakfast upside down 2 or 3 times since I got back from my last mission.
You folks better watch out. They're covered in astro germs. Just last year, an astronaut moved into my neighborhood. Simultaneously, all the leaves started dying and falling off our oak trees.
Was that month October?
September, October.
Yeah, it's called fall. It happens every year. Now sit down. Mike Birchwood is a man, just like you and I. A man who'd probably like nothing more than to settle down, meet a nice woman, raise a family.
But the problem is, most women are afraid to touch me.
That's right, ladies. He'd make you infertile on account his sperms from another time continuum.
I will not fornicate with you. With your juicy astronaut lips and your firm astronaut buttocks.
I think there are several issues going on here.
I would gladly trade all of my walks on the moon for the simple caress of a woman.
I will not touch your bottom. Stop begging me.
Who's begging you?
We don't need no moon cheese, baby!
What the hell is a moon cheese baby?
He's talking about how the moon is supposedly made of cheese.
Regardless, how would you end up with a baby made out of it?
You tell us!
Is that beautiful? And then you're gonna have the same
If you're financially smart enough to play Pauper instead of other formats, your money may not be sure what to do with itself. At Augur Financial, we'll help it save for the future, combining careful study with our new ThoughtCast app. Augur Financial, learning from the tragic lessons of other formats.
And we're back right in time for another matchup with Heroic. So sorry if you guys got creeped out by the moon cheese baby. I like to play those two back to back because I think it was Shiraz that coined that first, right? Where you're like, that is the moon cheese baby. Very cool. All right, we will keep this. Thank you for that MTM Tat. All right. Matt Beasy in the chat. Thank you for chiming in, my friend. All right. One of the cooler things is kind of like Delver in that you can keep one land hands. For their reasons, you've got Ponder and Preordain. For us, we've got mostly everything just costs 1. It's as simple as that. Now the question, what to lead off with? I think I'm going to lead off with the Trailblazer. Keep out of range of any sort of disfigure shenanigans early. We got the new Art Guild Gate here. Oh wait, no it isn't. Well, a little new. Oh, the moon cheese baby. Yeah, Shiraz. I remember back when we first were doing a lot of Pauperganda stuff, it was like almost every commercial was that one. It was like, ugh. So this is why we're running Sacred Cat, for this kind of a kill-all matchup. And A lot of lists recently don't really have many answers outside of a cartouche, so Sacred Cat can get there, swap it for a what do you call a lifelink main, and kind of has the lifelink on it, so oh, I've tried Empty Head Tat about 3 years ago. We had quite a bit of Key and Peele stuff, and then all of a sudden they had some sort of digital algorithm and everything, even stuff, because they had one called Gut Shot, and he said, "Gut Shot, go!" And it was that skit where he's acting like the old, it's like a Commando ripoff from the Schwarzenegger movie, and it was like so perfect. And we had a lot of those. It was just some really good skits, but man, it was all right. Let me see here. Before I knew it, they just started killing all of the feed. Well, might walk into an edict here. I'm going to try the cartouche on this. Get another creature out. Might really regret this, especially since we don't have another land, but why do I need such a long name? Hey, I was hoping for some compass action. Yeah, we'll try to put some in here, but all right. Well, this scenario works out okay. We still get a creature out of the deal. I'll probably play that next and then maybe finish it up with Heroic, because these games are pretty one-sided so far. We've got quite a bit of removal across from us, and we're stuck at one land, so this one might actually show some pretty cool stuff. But yeah, Heroic's one of those decks. There's a lot of other superior card options when you're looking at, but you've really got to pay a lot of attention to the curve. You just, as noted here, we're stuck at one land. Not tempted to go up to 18 personally, but I think I just want to keep pushing out creatures here. But we've got the protection unit going here, so I think I'll wait maybe another turn. We can keep the blessing back. The blessing acts like, Emerge Unscathed and Cho-Manno's blessing, which I'm not getting much out of lately. I'm one of the big proponents and cheerleaders of Cho-Manno's blessing, but I don't know. Maybe with the Karametra's blessing and Emerge, you've got enough, as noted in our hand right now. Oh, we don't like that. All right. It's obvious what we got to get rid of here. I think Snogglesworth wanted to play you. Oh, okay. Rock on. Snogglesworth, what is that, 3 weeks in a row? All right, this is when we want our Beckon Apparition. Make sure I write that down. For multiple reasons, we can get rid of an edict and we can avoid an edict if it hits. So we'll rock like that. Oh, come on, give us something here. We're gonna let's make sure the damage goes through here. First order of business. We can always bring back the Sacred Cat, but boy, it would have been nice to draw land there. And boom. Okay, let's get some more edict insurance. Oh, he slept in last week. Okay, my memory, it seems like that's cool. Like I said, if you're joining us late and wondering where Little Fight's at, he is buying sheep today. Yeah, it is on my end too, but I get up pretty early. That's a card that doesn't see enough play. Pieces of the Puzzle's a house. That actually might work good, and you know what? Compass Control. Nah, there's not enough graveyard in my list to really make that one scream, but he's buying sheep. Yep. Rewind to the top of the show to find out why. Now he's got a really big backyard. They moved to yet another place, and so neighbor up the way's got a farm. I guess they're about as good as goats at doing that sort of thing, and we'll see. All right, there's not much we can do here. We don't have the mutagenic this time. Opponent's tapped out. Hopefully we just draw a land. Alrighty. This is getting ugly. Well, thanks to the cat, we still have a play. Not much of one, though. We're really getting marooned here. Problem with this, though, is if you do add another land, then you end up with these 4 or 5 land draw hands, and you're like, if I just had a spell, I would have won that game. So it's kind of the devil you know sort of argument. Organic lawnmowers. Very nice. Well, they've got a lot of removal. They've got 4. What is this technology? 85 cards. Come on, boy. We really need another land here. I guess you could argue I should have thrown something down there, but I just want to be able to keep it alive. It's our only critter, so I'll be ditching Cho-Manno's blessing because we've seen enough edicts here. So 100 card teachings. This is usually the kind of matchup that you can kind of run over because it gets so slow to get going. But now they're turning it on. 4 mana to our none. They've got all the advantage, so. I haven't either. I think it was Mikey Ruru was the first one to really start doing that consecutively and profitably. I haven't seen him in for ages, though. Funny how people come and go out of Pauper. It's like, I never leave. All right. One of my old mentors in the pure MTGO game got me into it was Doc Anime. He's still online every once in a while, and I'll shoot him a message saying, hey, come back to Pauper, man. Back when Unearth first was a new card, and he made a really cool black Dimir aggro deck with that, and just really won a lot. That was a cool deck. All right, Trailblazer. Let's get our damage in first. Might be able to pull some more removal here. We're still a ways away from edicts, but this little cat's doing a lot of work, but not fast enough. Let's bring this out. I wish I had a land so I could just bait this, but Exclude playing right into his hands now. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to be 6 mana, and then we're going to be dead. About to scoop here. He's got Crypt Incursion too. Yeah, we'll lose our first game of the day. I'll put an L there. Thank goodness this wasn't. All right. I'm going to lose the blessing. Have you heard that before, right? I'm going to bring in all of our Beckons. Probably another cat. Not too worried about life. Seeker just not representing well today, at least in the matchups. I don't want to give you the idea it's a bad card. It's just, I mean, it's great in some matchups, but I think I might lose it altogether here. Let me get rid of the eyes. Where's that eye card? Sentinel's eyes. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. Maximize our creature count. And yeah, I think we'll go like that. This is such a great card against Fling and Evan Carr's Justice. If you got like 5 creatures out or something, all of a sudden you can just have like 30 life. So keep in mind, again, a lot of great cards. Prismatic late, if you had on the mana, yeah, it's a superior card, but you really got to really pay attention to the curve in a deck like this and favor cards that normally are pretty subpar, but the tempo advantage they gain is worth the payoff there. So you didn't have to play dedicated win con. If you have 100 cards, the opponent will deck earlier than you. Yes. Good response there. Yeah, but there's a lot of redundancy in these kind of decks too, so sometimes they can do that. Oh, well, I think it heard me whining about too many lands. Now, the Deftblade trigger is not really even going to be needed here. I think I'm going to scoop this. That's a lot of lands, and if he's got an early answer, then we're creatureless, and we're just hoping to top deck. So we're going to mulligan here. And we've got 1 creature. We'll keep. Ugh, don't really like this very much. I'm actually going to get rid of Emerge Unscathed. I'll just keep it aggro, and if he's got an answer, he's got an answer. Hopefully we have a Lagonna Trailblazer Centaur on our next draw. 2 mana is all we need in this deck. Be funny to run a Lotus Petal version of this, right? Is Lotus Petal still so expensive? I know when the Storm craze 2 or 3 weeks ago hit, it was crazy high, but wondering how it is now. Well, I'm going to go in and hope he doesn't have an Edict. I'm not going to go all in with that, just so we can at least use Blessing as a protection spell. Yeah, that is old tech. You're right. Doesn't make it bad. Look at me. Some of my tech is bad. Give it a few weeks. Yeah, this is the kind of deck that something like the a Trinket with a Felden's Cane is pretty nice against, right? Well, let's see. I'm going to go all in here. Keep it in 5/5 range. Oh, how I want a Beckon Apparition. Even if they don't have something in the yard, we can use Mutagenic and grab our own Mutagenic and make a creature out of it. Don't be any. Oh, look at the patience. Wow, nice play. Great play by our opponent, Lee Woo 7. Most people there really reactionary. And this really screams that he has counter magic to back it up. We shall see. Okay. Let's wince in here with the cat and see if any magic greets us. Boing. Can you counter on bomb? I don't know if you can counter it. I'll bring this out. Is that worth a counterspell on a creatureless deck? I guess it is. Alright. So many rules out there. Look that up. I used to know that. I know you can't counter Unearth. Not the spell, the a creature ability, but is Embalm the same way where you can't counter it? Because they seemed counter happy and then they undid it. Somebody double check that for me. It'd be nice to know, especially somebody watching hasn't played Heroic. It'd be good to have that info for when they watch this. Alright, let's attack. We'll close this off here. Okay, that's what I thought. Why do I need such a long name? And before I forget, thanks to our new supporters, Need to Know, we've got a new music and graphics and such for the supporter card. And I need to make another one because I've been getting quite a windfall. Thank you very much, all of you out there. The new ones are Manuel Gassini and Drew McFarlane 88 and Need to Know. The last three to join our supported little family here. I vastly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And as my son will always remind me, make sure to like and subscribe. That's something I was real late to the party on. I'm like, well, if they like it, they're just going to like or subscribe. And my kids are like, it doesn't work that way. You got to remind them. I'm like, don't have to remind me. Generational thing, I guess. All right. The dilution of spells is probably the only thing we have to look forward to here. We've really got to try to keep that Skyguard alive and hope he's running short on removal or answers. Well, it's pretty obvious what we're going to lose here. Does he have another one behind it? We shall see. I love me some Mutagenic Growth. One of the cool things about Gathering, it'll tell you what card you play the most. And that's one of them. Well, let's go like... I think I'll lead off with this. Funny how they hate land destruction, Wizards of the Coast, and yet they're very quick to let people get countered all day long. You'd think they would have kind of the same stance where they wouldn't print so much good counter magic. So I know that's one thing when I'm playing my son. Well, I'll be having a nice day of Magic, and I can play 5-6 games some days. But boy, if I have a really counter heavy deck, it's like 1-2 in, and it's like, all right, that's enough. You just get that fill. All right. Gonna kind of go all in next turn and hope he doesn't have. Can't wait for that Edict to get flashback. That's 2, 4, 5, 2 cards away. I really want an enchantment here. That ain't so bad. I'm gonna cast it main and see what happens. We're just going after the double bonus here. You got Unscathed. I was surprised to see we're up on Battlefy instead of Gathering. I'm more familiar with Battlefy and its great general bracket site, but Gathering seems sweet for MTG Spiel. Yeah, they both got their things. I just wanted to make sure Arctic Ghost was in the know about that, and he said, yeah, he had a good point though. He's like, everybody's so used to Gathering for these things. It's like to switch it now would just be like such a headache, and the learning curve. It's already hard enough when everybody knows what they're supposed to do and they still don't do it, including me. The other day I went to just use the bathroom, and then I grabbed a cup of coffee, and then I realized I hadn't reported, and I'm like, cardinal sin. Second the match is done, report. But it was like down to the wire, and it's almost no time left. So, all right, well, this is favorable. Let's hope he's got another answer after this, and then we can double emerge here. Make sure to slow roll this and call blue. What's going on here? Is that a cartouche itself? Oh, no, it's a lady going through like a firestorm with the kind of crystalline wings. Interesting. Dispel showing up. All right. Well, let's see if we can do this again. Got another one. Woo! We'll say blue. And yield through this turn. Oh man, the other one didn't go through. Now watch. Edict. Game over. Not 2 triggers. Not that we'll need it, but maybe they're stuck on lands or just draw spells. Who knows? Be kind of cool to get one over on. This is the kind of deck you're supposed to be able to win against, but now the original Discord version, when this first deck was debuted, Heroic, had a lot of 1-drop protection from black guys. Problem being that there's it doesn't do too much against edicts, so but keep that in mind. If you really like this kind of deck moving forward, it's always good to do that. We don't have any dead cards, being that the journeys are in the sideboard and such. Dun, 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 dun. I'm pretty boarded here. You know, I'm thinking it might be better to lose the Sentinel's Eyes, the last one, and bring in our last Seeker, just so we've got more creatures. We've got quite a few enchantments, and Vigilance isn't really going to do much. All of our good stuff's in there still. I mean, I guess you could argue that with Deftblade, but that's just going to be Edict fodder, anything. So, all right. Here's hoping we can go 3-0. This is the first deck that's given us a loss. We squished Tortured Existence, cool control URB, meaning blue, red, black. Now we're up against a Dimir kind of mill deck. So let's see. We've had some really clunky draws. We're stuck at 1, then we got flooded and had to mulligan. So let's hope for the better. We've got something resembling a good hand here. Well, we've got defense. We technically have 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures, but I'm not going to keep this crap. Like this old school art. I think the new art's actually better, but there's something just more haunting about just an empty field waiting. When the graveyard is full, the Gwendolins rattle the tombs and unleash the spirits into the sky. 90% of the flavor text out there could be simplified. Take a word away or even a sentence and it gets better. I just think they're getting way too wordy. Not that one, but especially the new set. Mulligan. Stop us if you've heard this one before. Oh, man. We got a mulligan this. 1 removal spell. We're stuck at 1. We've got all of our emerges here against an Edict heavy deck. I'm going to mulligan. Gonna mulligan. And we're going to keep. All right. Well, let's see. We'll get rid of this. Should I get rid of a land? Almost going to have to, huh? This. I guess we get rid of this. Oh, that hurts. Gotta grab lunch. Good luck with the rest of your games. Thank you, Martyr Guy. Hope you have a very life-gaining lunch, my friend. And thanks for joining us, especially letting us know you're in the chat. Appreciate that. All right. I run an old version of a game show software, and so I don't really have a lot of the widgets and stuff in a good way. I don't want it to be like every other stream out there. But the bad part is, I don't know you're there unless you say something in the chat, so. Same time, same place, next week. I have no idea what we'll be playing. I've been working on a ramp red deck, but I don't think it's definitely really janky. It can win on like turn, not win, but it can shut the door on turn 3. But it's one of those, just kind of a glass cannon deck. Can make for some very frustrating shows. All right. Well, I'm gonna go all in here, baby. Should I go all in with it and make them have it, or should I set back for defense? We've only seen edicts, so I don't think the blessing is really going to be that important to us here. I'm just gonna go all in here. Hope he doesn't have it. They are playing 100 cards. They probably have 12 edict effects. Do the math. I'd rather get 6 in here. Hopefully they just got a bunch of disfigures and echoing. Not truth. Decay. Echoing decay, please. Not truth. Don't have it. No! It's a 3 for 1. And just like that, we're going to crash and burn. Let's hope for a sacred cat here. Thanks a lot. Hey, we got 2 lands. As my card frame says. I think I've got the complaining card frame above me, don't I? What does it say up there? Am I looking the right way? I guess up is the right way. All right. This 100 card monstrosity gonna best us? It looks like it, folks. Complaining captain. That's right. That's what I'm good for. No lands. Too many lands. Perfect amount of lands. What's going on? I sure wish Umbras worked for edicts. That would be so nice. As they build and find their counter magic, we're probably going to cast a creature and get excluded. Our only real out here is, other than them drawing badly, which is getting less and less likely with Think Twice and Forbidden Alchemy showing up, is a Sacred Cat, which they counter, and then we embalm it, which they can't counter, thanks to chat. We're about to scoop our first game of the day here. We shall see. All right, don't need that. I like what you said there, Snugglesworth. It's like, yeah, anything Dimir-based is pretty snooze-worthy for streaming, right? People like to see combos or like to see aggro stuff go off. A lot of things happen. Not this, your turn, draw, your turn, draw. It's like a Magic tennis match. So this is when I should say the secrets of the universe, and then everybody will miss out. If I only knew them. Of course, there's hardcore construction going on outside. They're grinding up concrete for some reason. Another drawback of doing a show on a Saturday. Maybe in the future I'll have to change the time yet again. Who knows? So far, it's all right. I think I should wait till I get 2 creatures here. Just walking into a exclude or deprive combo. They do have 3 islands, but both of them, 2 of the 3 are sanctuaries though, so. Please make it 10, says Snugglesworth. You on the West Coast too, Snuggles? I've been getting up pretty damn early every day. I worked nights for a long part of my life, and then I went and lost that job and found out that I'm quite an early riser naturally, so I get up about 5:30 or 6 no matter what. Washington. Oh, I wish I lived there. There was a screensaver on my PC this morning, and it just showed the woods of like the Arcata Humboldt area, little walking path, and I was like so lush, and I was like, oh man, it's so pretty. All right, let's see if he wants to play the exclude games here. We got Mutagenic to keep simple removal away, but what do they got? What do they got? Devious cover up. Ooh, exile it. Well, there goes our plan. He deviously covered up our only tech. If this gets excluded, I think I'll scoop. It's excluded. Well, we'll see what we draw next few turns. Yep, he's got the win con. Let's see if he can get it back. Never know. Haven't been paying too much attention with what he used. What was that last game? All right. TV's cover up again. That was a nice top deck by our part. Will it work? Problem is, oh yeah, well. Let's try and keep him alive. And not this turn. We'll wait. Cancel. Will the cat go all the way? What do we got here? Ooh, John Finkel tech. Whispers of the Muse. I think you'd probably want to just run Ona's Grace, but I guess in a deck that size, you probably are running both of them. Got to get to 100 somehow, right? All right. Well, we've got an answer for this. Let's see if it goes through. Rogue's pretty decent against about staying alive against 2 spells and under, meaning like -2, Disfigure, Echoing Decay, that kind of stuff. Boy, we're really eviscerating our hand here to keep this guy alive. All right, let's do it again. Staying alive, staying alive. That's something I've never made, a Bee Gees deck. I don't think you can. Want Ono's Grace in blue-black? You can always use the extra mana for more info. That's a good point. Why do I need such a long name? Good point indeed. Only 6 spells on this deck. Come on, just have a bunch of stuff you can't use. No edicts, no edicts. It's like, no whammies. Give me a creature, please. I'll take it. Yeah, I like that. It's not too bad. Hey, maybe we got a shot at this. Probably not. Let me open up the game log here. Oof, don't like that. All right, well, with what should we target here, folks? I target the blood. At least we made him use a duress. Woo, we got another creature. He's all Evankar's Justice. What? I'm left with a little bandaged cat. Actually, it'd still be a living cat. Have to double kill it. Let's see what we got here. What is this new devilry? Speak of the devil? Ooh, how did I know? The Umbra falls off. Well, Devious Cover Up. I'm not in the mindset that I'm going to be able to deck him. And there's other counterspell options. I wanted to get rid of the only way he could get an Edict back, even though there wasn't. So I got Innocent Blood. Just kind of forecasting good removal and such. I'm going to hold that in my hand, make him think we've got something. Maybe it'll eat a duress or something. Probably not. We're just Chinese water torture here, pecking at him for 1. Yesterday I played a dredge deck, says Snugglesworth, and my opponent played a turn 1 divest, and I could only target my Stinkweed Imp, and it was the best. Yeah, sometimes that's awesome. All right, down goes the cat. Is he going to follow it up with a bog? He is, or she is. Who knows? This is getting gross. I think we're going to lose our first match of the day here. Well, I'll give it a go. He is at 7 after all. No. All right. We'll see. A few more turns and I'll scoop. It gets like a life-gaining something or other out. Deprive showing up. Going to stop anything we can do. All right. It's scooping time, guys. Concede here. And I'll be back right after this with Compass Control.
Oh, yes, you the lad with the psalm.
Do you think the Bible is particularly relevant to this generation?
Absolutely. More importantly, it's relevant to me and what I'm doing. Every day I think to myself, old chap, God was talking to you.
Yes, most certainly I didn't hear a word that was just said because I only enjoy things that are about me. Like, of course, the Bible.
Are you saying the Bible was written about you?
Don't be ridiculous.
Yes, quite ludicrous. I wasn't listening, but I do know that I'm only in the Gospels, the book of Revelation, and of course Genesis. No, the Bible is not about me, but it is about me.
Ah, yes, me. Haven't heard a word you've said, but when I first wrote the Bible, this is good, I thought to myself, well, this silly thing will never sell.
You wrote the Bible?
Needless to say, I haven't been paying attention to any of this, but I was reminded of the time when I created the earth in 6 days and rested on the 7th.
So you're both God?
Both? I'm not quite sure
No
what
one
you're
else
referring
up here,
to, lad.
boys. There's only one person in...
Choosing your
Yeah,
words
right
rather
for you, lad.
haphazardly. A careful choice when you use words.
Hey, Pauperganda fans, thank you so much for the continued support of the people to my right. Also, if you want to have your deck played, a 10-ticket donation on Magic the Gathering Online is probably the best way to do it, as well as sending us an email to pauperganda@gmail.com. But anyway, thank you so much again for the people over here, and we'll see you next time. Decided to mix up the music there a bit with our new member support, and we're up against Snogglesworth. We will keep this, the benefit of having a Preordain in our hand, but not much else. We'll see what happens here. All right. Let's lead off with this. I don't really want either of these, but say bottom on this. Hope to get some more land. Oh, I got it anyway. It's one change you might want to make to this list. I know some of our fans in both Poland and Italy sent me pictures of them playing paper versions of Compass Control, which really was cool. I was excited to see that. But they went down to 3 Trinket Mages, which definitely doable. As we can see here, we're a little stuck on them, but it is nice to have blockers and stuff. I think they favored 1 Bone Splitter, so that was pretty cool. All right, I'm going to go get an island. We are playing Mystic Sanctuary, so we have to lean on Ash Barrens a little bit more than the previous build. We'll go here, and we'll dig a little deeper with Ponder. Yeah! We don't really have much going on here. I'm going to throw these all back and shuffle. Come on, land. Well, we got double Preordain next. Problem is, up against Affinity. Say Compass. Kind of a hodgepodge show. Heroic and Compass Control. Let's see how we do. There is a card that doesn't see enough play. Mind Stone. Ooh, we're up against something not Affinity related. Something cool. Very nice to see innovation. All right. Trinket Mages. I know I was just talking about having too many of you, but you don't have to all show up. It's ridiculous. We'll say bottom here. We'll say top here. We'll do it again. Let's see. There we go. We got 2 of them already. We'll say bottom and top. Next turn, we'll be doing stuff, and we'll gain some life, and we'll go from here. Oh, thank you for that. Why do I need such a long name? I sure like playing it, but like I said, I don't like playing it live. It's just too many moving parts. It's like doing some hardcore auto repair while you're in a race. It's like, and just pop the hood, keep your foot on the gas, steer, win the race, fix the car. But I wouldn't have the card frame I had if I wasn't complaining, right? I'll say this about Compass Control, and I know I said it last week, but if somebody's new to this, didn't see last week's show, if you ever get in a lull where you just don't feel like playing, or you're just kind of like, this is one of those just eureka decks where you're like, oh, wow, everything's an option, everything's fun again, I can kind of do it all. Good times. So is this just Affinity with Cliffs, and they're pulling a red herring on us? I'm not quite sure. Good news is we've got Karkan Shaman. We will just play this because we have the compass out now. Let's let me get out Kill Spell. We'll trade with the Frogmite unless he wants to use a Galvanic Blast on this, but early on against a creature deck, we're going to probably lean on our Executioner's Capsule. How do you do it? Well, you turn it into a swamp, and then all of a sudden you've got it. I'm telling you guys, there are sometimes I like this more than the snow one, the Astrolabe. I know it's crazy. Drawing a card is better, but in a deck that's trying to get there and buy time, there's nothing like a reverse lightning bolt that gives you every color of land forever. And then you can eat it later with spells and such. So very cool times. Golem Foundry. Woo, we can't find Clark Clan fast enough. So I'm just going to write Shamans for my sideboard notes. If I even read them. I usually don't. Okay, we're going to block early and often with this many Trinket Mages. Just trying to stay alive for our air team to show up. What do we got here? Ooh, Perilous Research. Love that card, but I just, not early. I think that was the big design flaw in my first one. I was so hell-bent on, well, what am I going to do with these compasses after I use them? I want to eat them. And I had 4, and it was like, ugh, I always had too many cards in my hand. We're going to be hurting for certain here. Yikes. Goblins showing up. I'm getting chewed up here. All right. Yeah. I don't know if it's worth blocking there. It's probably better to, we'll say cancel. We'll just let that through. We'll double block a trinket, maybe pitch something, depending if we draw a land or not. I'm going to have to do a lot of blocking early on. This says remove it to create that. I'm not quite sure if we should play Oblivion Ring here. Could play white. Get back a land, but then we don't have it. Tough call, tough call. I think we're going to go Skyfisher. Skyfisher, return yeah, let me see. Play Skyfisher. Okay. We will return this. I'm gonna go get a plane. And play Skyfisher again. We'll get a life back. It's just going to be a block fest here. Yeah, it's fun to see when Golem Foundry works. It's just cool. I think that was one. When that card came out, man, it seemed like every other week somebody would be trying to make it work and never did. But I think Snogglesworth's build is getting pretty close here. It's that conundrum, though, right? Where it's like, well, if you just play this other one, it's like meaning of affinity fling and such. You can technically have a little bit better fighting power, but the famous last words is we're going to eat a bunch of colorless smash hate here. That thing's pretty terrifying. Almost right out of a Pratchett novel. The golems there had kind of a coal base in their throat and eyes. It's pretty accurate, except it's showing too much malice. Here I go critiquing art again, right? Golems are pretty unfeeling things, so really like the use of Mind Stone here and being able to draw cards. It's pretty sweet. We really need a lot of artifacts. We need them now or yesterday. So I was convinced I should have probably Oblivion Ring the Foundry there, turned off his engine, but we were just going to go down to like 8 life. Oh, we still might. Ugh. Another artifact, and this is, oh boy. All right, I think we're going to scoop here. Taking a whole lot of damage. Yeah, look at this. Prismatic Strands that, people. Wow. Well, at least get something out of it. Splat. We've only got one artifact to pitch. If we do draw a Croc Clan Shaman, or however the hell you say that. We've got 3 life here. We've got this here. 1, 2, 3. You know, we could have some fun with that, and but then we'd be dead still. Let me just do it. We've lost. It's not really worth doing that right now. I just want to see if we draw the Shaman, because it could be a little fun here. Let's see. Drawn in. Nope. We've got some life. We're dead. All right. Game 2. Let's see if he gets off to the blister start. That was a really nice cascade effect there. All right. All the Shamans in. Our Circle of Protection plan is not going to do anything, nor is Suffocating Fumes. So let's see. Probably want some life gain here. Spellbomb. I think we could probably lose all of them. Let's see. Capsule's okay. Maybe if we can set this up and then wipe the board. Actually, I kind of want to keep the spell bombs just for fodder. I'll keep one of them. I'll lose 1 mage. And yeah, I think that's enough. We've got enough firepower usually to at least trigger this enough to wipe the board with that. So, all right, let's see if we can do any better with this. It's nice to see Goblin Foundry work. Very nice, Snogglesworth. Be funny in the future. Everybody gets so between the virus and everything else and getting more AI involved in your everyday life and stuff if our usernames just become our names, and like Snogglesworth ID just says that. It's like Snogglesworth. Yeah, I want to play first. All right. Well, I'll keep this. We don't have our main phrased compass here, but we'll do our best with Ash Barrens into the Preordain. As you can see, we've already got enough to wipe off some Fragmites, but that's going to kind of cost a, what's it called? Gotterdammerung, the Armageddon in German. Have to sacrifice all of our lands to do much of it. Ah, flat soda. There's nothing better. Believe it or not, I do mean that. My wife never finishes her sodas. She leaves them around the house. So it's another reason we're a good match. She likes this typical style, you know, cold, ice, brand new, fizzy. I like when they're worn down. Lukewarm, no fuzz. All right, here we go. Let's, yeah, we'll do this. Hopefully we can find a compass. Ooh, I like the ring. I'm going to say bottom on that because we've already got a Preordain top here. We're really going to respect, you know what, if the Foundry drops. I'm going to use the ring on that. Hoping to turn off the engine. Witching Well. Clarence Trent D'Arby's song from the 80s. He could be singing that, right? Wish me love, oh, wishing well, witching well, kiss and tell. All right. Let's see what we get here. Come on, something good. Yeah, it's all right. Let's do this. Show me something good. I like both of these. Actually, I'm not quite sure I really want that. I'll say bottom on this. We want this in our hand. It resembles some sort of offense here. I'll play this. Kind of a clunky play, but probably evoke Mulldrifter next turn, hoping to fix our mana, whether it's a compass or an island, so that we can power out the Shaman with the help of a compass or a Trinket Mage. Don't run a basic mountain. Ooh, like that. Now we don't have the option to get there, do we? It's not going to do too much here. Probably a little bit better later. Whoop, I got to go. Said I couldn't see the full compass match. Oh, sad I couldn't see. No problem. You'll catch it later, my friend. See you around 2. Thank you for joining us. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see. Click on evoke first, just in case. Yuck. Wow, we're really getting kind of screwed here. Now I'm very glad I got that Skyfisher out. It didn't cost us tempo at all in retrospect. Trinket Mage is good. Compass is good. Land is good. Just about everything's good except what's in our hand. All right. Hey, we've got a play at least. We can ring the Foundry. Just a land, please. All right. That's cool. Thank you. Let's do this first. Grab that. Smasharoonie. Still, Gorilla Shaman's not going to do too much. Our Clark clan, if the Golem Foundry gets out of control, we still need one more artifact, but again, we're going to have to really eviscerate our side of the board here, so we're not in a hurry to do that anytime soon. Mindstone showing up. Thoughtcast. If you caught the end of that commercial, we mentioned the Thoughtcast app for the Augur Financial. I think it's a good way of allocating your funds in the pauper scenario out there. Yeah. I woke up about 3 in the morning to use the restroom, and my son was still up, so I'm in his room now every morning, Saturday mornings. It's like, all right, time for the great migration. Sleepyhead. I switch beds, and then I use his room. Did I say his room? I meant Skyfisher Studios. Wink, wink. Okay. Yep. Nope. I'm going to bring out Trinky. I'm going to go get a mountain. Yep. Furnace. Now, I've already got one of them here. Another in reserve. We've shuffled away our Remember the Fallen. If we double block, we're probably going to eat a 2-for-1 with a Galvanic Blast, so I might want to play one of these as a defensive ploy. Let's try that. Maybe it'll act like a lightning rod. So I'm not ready to trip everything yet. Of course I could let him bump into the mage and then still do it. Let's attack. I can eat 2 artifacts next turn. That ain't so bad. What do we got here? Witching Well. Showing up. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm alright trading some stuff here. I don't know that I go to that length. I think we'll just let this through. Interesting. Kind of defenseless if we drop the ring here. I don't think that's the play though. Two, 4, 5. I'm just going to bring this down now. Start eating some lands. Pop, pop. Chomp. What do we got here? Is he going to use a spell to blow it up? Okay. Oh, we'll still do this. Chomp. He's done his work. Eating the lands and such. Attack. Whoa! I'm going to go get another island. We're going to pretend that we have control. Something parents are fond of doing. Damn it, listen to me. I have control, don't I? Walking right into our counterspell. What are you thinking? Take that Golem Foundry and your artifacts away. What are you left with? Galvanic Blast Breathmint to the face, maybe? We haven't played that commercial in a while. If you look really closely on that commercial of Galvanic Blast, the breath mints, you'll notice that each of the breath mints actually has a little red mana symbol on them. It's details like that. Takes that little bit extra time. A little bit, nothing. Takes a lot of time. All right, well, there goes our side of the board. Let's refill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're most likely to get something along those lines. We're going to cast this as is. Or not. Boing. Since we've got another one, I don't think 1 life is worth the swing here, so I'm going to probably block with that. Probably nothing. I am. Ah. Double Pyroblasted. We've got options next turn, but just not this one. Chromatic Star making an appearance. Curious how much damage that Gorilla Shaman did, eating up the tempo of the artifacts. They've really diversified their mana base there, so that's a good thing. Well, the only about this, he doesn't know we got the other one in hand. Maybe it'll cause one of those artifact puke turns, meaning like, bleh, here come all my creatures. And then we can sacrifice enough to go for it. We'll see. Give me a land, please. I'll take that. Let's drop here. I've got that covered. I gotta be... I'm gonna try to get this out again. this gets power blasted, I'm not going to lie, it's going to hurt. Alright, good. It lives. There's 2 Pyroblast down. We've got a handful of options. We just need to untap here. We should be okay in control here. We've got enough to wipe the board for 4. 5 if we drop the other compass, but I almost said campus. Navigator's campus. Tap to spend way too much on higher education. The Sculptor showing up. Alright, let's see the puke turn. Our Mulldrifter will live through the shamanistic upheaval underneath. Go to 11 here. Double Galvanic Blast in the yard. So, worst case scenario, we're at 3. Unless they're running Lightning Bolt too. That would suck. Cool, cool. I'm glad to see that the Shaman tech's going to work. They're obviously not ghosting us. Of course, Snogglesworth would never do such a thing. Alright. Let's attack first. Make sure to use our artifacts for the good of the world. We'll do this. Gain some life. We'll turn this into blue because we're going to sacrifice it. Island. We'll cast this. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We got 3 islands. What can we get back? It's not much other than Ponder or Preordain there. I mean, artifact's kind of cool. We've got double counterspell and the way to use them as long as we don't sacrifice the other compass. So I'm actually gonna. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. I've got to put this back in my hand. Well, let's go like this. I'll say no. All right. Now then, we'll cast our man. Make sure to hold down control while doing this. Sacrifice this, and this. Booyah. Cast this. Yuck. Well, let's see. I really want to see that. I don't want to see these other 2. So let's go like this. I'll say no. Play this, and we'll go get... I want Preordain here. Yes! I'll make sure to do an Ash Barrens early on. Our man is okay here. MTM Tat, speaking the truth. Kaboom! Feign weakness and then smash face. I can't really. That's quite an exaggeration with a Mulldrifter. It's like, you got 5 turns, sucker. Alright, let's get rid of those 2 crappy cards. Bottom. And throw our chances into the wind. Woo! I'll sit back on a counterspell. Next turn I'll take the chance, because then we could probably find another land via the compass and then have more counterspell backup. That's fine, sir. Here we go. Shiraz, do you remember, I think it was like the 3rd or 4th week when we first started doing Pauperganda, and they were working on the roof of like the neighbor's house? It was like 4 weeks of just like, are you kidding me? I just couldn't get away from that sound. 1 card. I'm going to try to ride my advantage here. Hope Pyroblast that. Hope for the best. And it looks like it's not going to be the best. It's kind of creepy art if you think about it. The fingers just fizzling into flesh bits. 3. Yeah, I remember. How's it been going, Shiraz? I know last time we inquired, you had Are the bums off your porch and that sort of thing? How's day-to-day things going on? People want to know. At least I do. All right, let's refill our hand. Day-to-day, how things going? Is the COVID crisis cutting down? In California here, they're pretty crazy about stuff. All right, Gorilla's going to get some food. Oh man, we're only an hour and a half in, and our fifth round's coming up next. I think I'll end it with Heroic, but Homeless have been rounded up and put in a hotel that's closed. Yeah, it's crazy what they're doing in San Francisco. It's like they're giving homeless people, a place to live and drugs and alcohol. And complete theory, it actually makes a little bit of sense, but it's just, as a taxpayer, you're just like, are you kidding me? I was like, seems crazy. All right, let's call Mountain. Let's get our little gorilla man out. Hiya! Got Counterspell back up. Might as well eat now. Forever hold the peace. Chomp chomp. We'll sit back on Tragic Lesson and Counterspell. Feels like we got this one. Yeah, they're down here in LA. The big problem is the overpasses. There's a bunch of encampments living under the bridges, and they're getting pretty thick with the lack of traffic and stuff. So, craziness. All right. We'll do the old EOT Tragic Lesson. I love the quote on this card, by the way. We going to... Oh, all right. Yeah, what does it say? They searched his last words for some final riddle and found only the gurgles of a dying god. All right. Let's see. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Actually, I got to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Right, here we are. I think we're pretty good to go. You could argue maybe bringing in a lone missionary here, but COP red. But I think that'd be folly. We're gonna rock like this and hope for the best. Dispel maybe, you know, but Spellbomb's useless, but we're just using it for fuel for our 3 clan shaman. You'd think first I wanted 4 to see him early and often, but you don't usually have the fuel enough, and then between the punter and preordains, we usually have enough to get there. This is kind of a weird hand, isn't it? And we got to kind of keep it. We've got answers. We'll keep. It'll be a close one. We haven't really had any nice opening, like, you know, just here's the compass and off to the races with Preordain and Ponders. That's what you get for leaning on the power, is a little bit of early land trade-off. There we go. I knew you wouldn't let me down, old buddy. Who needs a sanctuary? We'll just play an ancient den and cast Preordain with it. All right. Woo! Can't find that gorilla shaman fast enough. Let's see some more artifact lands. He might have one for us too. I've been shut down a few times with this list with that same sort of trick. Well, I think I'm just going to go the aggro plan here. I'm just going to bring out Skyfisher, grab the compass, and start pecking at him. If we get like a basic island, that would probably be the optimal draw into a Trinket Mage, into, I don't know, Spellbomb. Or I mean, Capsule, that's what I meant. Scratch that. Anybody catch the very top of the show with the little SOS thing? I spent way too long on that, but it was a good time. Well, let's try to play some correct magic and attack first. I guess being the defensive player here, I might want to sit back and block, but I don't really want that to eat a Galvanic Blast when it doesn't need to. I'll bring out the compass. Let's pull this off for blue. Oh, I love this deck. It's so fun to play. It's so flexible. Don't really need another one, but I do need it for the fuel. I'm actually going to go top on this. We've got a land here. It's clunky. Got a ponder next, and then we got plenty of food for the shaman. Because they might have a gorilla shaman, and then we're really screwed. We've only got one land, so. Swiftwater Cliffs showing up. Showing some discipline and deck building there. Making sure to hit all the numbers right. If they were all in on the artifact plan, I'd have a lot better chance of winning because of the shaman. Here we are. Somebody's got a Galvanic, hey? Yeah, I think I'm just going to attack here. I'll play the Trinket Mage for probably a seat and then cast Ponder. I think that's the best line. Love me some Trinket Mage. Trinket Mage all day long. So we've got the Capsule. We don't really need it because of these guys. And there's been times when I have to spill Capsule just to fuel up the Clark clan. I can never say that. Sorry for my butchering. All right, we don't need this dude. Leave us alone, man. We do need the other guy. Put this here. Let's go like this. So if we elaborate, nah. We'll use the Preordain for that next turn. I think I'll trade with Frogmite. We don't have really edicts to worry about. I want to keep my life nice and healthy. Maybe he'll sack it. Ecker Wellspring. Whambo. Alright, here we are. Any day of the week, because I can turn off Explosive Mer Enforcer draws here. And I've got a target if we do get any sort of Remember the Fallen and stuff like that. I can start getting some extra value out of this. We'll see. Let me Preordain now before I forget. Hey, look at that. We'll say bottom on that. We already got 2, and top here. Let's pretend like we've got control of the game here. Go to 27 life. That always feels really nice. Remember, the Fallen can only get back Trinket Mage at this point. And because we've got this guy, I'm really going to lean on that. Keeping it there. Usually only need to keep 1 compass in hand, and then you are able to fuel out some pretty blowout turns with Clark Clan Shaman. Boy, don't say that 5 times fast. Chat, where'd you go? What happened? Things got really quiet. Well, we've got an Oblivion Ring for just this scenario. We'll see what we can do as the Skyfisher continues to do some work. But before we do that, folks, let's do this. We'll gain some more life. Put them on a bit faster clock. Let's make that Sanctuary white. I was having a cheeky smoke. Down goes the Foundry. That's what I meant to say. Booyah! Another week of playing this. I'm streaming it a little bit better. Probably should have waited another week to debut this deck, so it wasn't such a basket of nerves last week. Apologies for that, but it's not every day I play Control. But it's funny. It's taking a hold on me. Wouldn't that be funny? About a year, I'm barely ever playing aggro. I'm just like the Control guy. So it is appealing to have the answers, that's for sure. We really want Gorilla Shaman. Let's shut off the land. Let's prevent all hope. Well, there's a good way to do it. I'm just going to do that right now. Let's get a land. Shut the door with Compass. Gain a lot. Oops, never mind. Come over for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could Wrath 4, but boy, we'd be stuck with like no lands. Scrambling together some dinner while watching, says the real raw Viking. I almost misread that. Good to hear from you, sir. All right. Well, Wrath for 2 feels pretty good here. What's this? 2 red. What's going on? Golem Foundry. Oh, yeah, because of the Sculptor. Damn. Here we go. We got ourselves a game out of the blue. Booyah. Tap out, and he makes us pay for it. Good times. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could probably just go into a Compass Fest next turn and just wipe the board. After we hit for 6. I think that might pull enough time, and then we could probably float some mana to get back one of our lands for Remember the Fallen and rinse repeat. Actually love seeing this island. Alrighty. So we're going to attack for 6. Let's do that first. I'll cast a Compass. Gain some life. I think we really have to go all out here. Could probably just play the protection spell game against any sort of blasts and stuff. We're at 31. Let's try it. I'm going to say red. Bring this dude out. I'm going to tap these now. Hold down control. And we're going to go on a bargain hunting expedition. That's 4. Let's see if that's enough. And we'll use the floating mana for Remember the Fallen to get our combo pieces back. We could. We've already got a Shaman in our hand. So let's get back this dude. And yeah, I'll get back a basic. There we go. Booyah. It's a beautiful deck, I tell ya. Compass control. Many ways to build it. Only one will win. The Golem Foundry is still in effect. Here we go. I think we're going to shore things up here with one more heroic match. It is supposed to be a heroic show after all, but I know Compass Control is pretty... Get a lot of emails, popularity of it. New deck of the week sort of vibe, you know. What do we got? What do we got? Does he got a way to kill all of our air power? Maybe, maybe. Man, where's Gorilla Shaman? With 4 Preordain, 4 Ponder, Mulldrifters, and running 2 of them, you'd think we would have seen them by now. What do we got here? Who's this targeting? Himself? The suicide move. Very nice, my friend. All right, let me load up a heroic. And we'll go like this. Change decks. Let's see if I have it somewhere up here. Where did heroic go? Is it here? Did I pass it? Is there something called an alphabet? Where did I put this thing? I know I put some underscores on it so I could see it sooner. There it is. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, last one of the day here, folks, and we're going to head on out with the Rakdos Casino commercial after this and a few other quick things, and after that, be all she wrote. Until next week. Good games to you, Snogglesworth. That was a brutal first game, boy. I was on my heels the whole time. Yeah, that's one of the probably the worst kind of matchups. Really big creatures because I got to sacrifice so many resources to get you. But that's what I found. It felt like a eureka moment when I remembered Clark Clan Shaman. And big shout out to the really old player Special Kyle. He used to always just destroy me with affinity. Like no matter what deck I'd throw out, it was usually aggro. But because he ran 2 of those main and 2 of them in the side, and so stealing some tech from an old friend. Oaken Shield in the house. All right. Well, we've got 2 creatures. Oh, no, we got more than that. We got 4. So counting is a prerequisite for this game, supposedly. We'll keep this and see what happens. Kind of one thing I love about Sacred Cat, it's a lot of card for 1 mana, but it just makes you feel a little bit fearless. You're like, yeah, go ahead and kill it. All right, Snogglesworth, till next week, my friend. We shall see. Ooh, Fae. Let's hope we get another land. Otherwise, this could get to an ugly counterspell festival here without our gut shot side. These streams are always fun. I appreciate that. We try. All right. I'm going to go crashing into that seer. Give me a land. Nope. All right. I kind of want to play something here that snow covered. He's probably, let me lean on this. He's probably running red, and so it'll probably get roasted. And in the meantime, might as well be gaining life, keeping away ninjas. And then if he uses a lightning bolt on it, we've still got insurance. I actually kind of prefer Delver red for a lot of creature-based scenarios where you're trying to protect something in theory, because they lean on red so hard. Whereas like Mezzel's version, you know, relying on bounce. Bounce is, I always think like, oh, they're just going to replay it. It's like, well, it's a lot of tempo in that, and there's not many ways around that. So, all right, well, we're winning this race. See, I think we've played 4 games with Heroic, and we've had mana problems 3 times. I really think this might need an 18th basic. Just cut the step, cut the crap, and just go for that consistency. It's all about that first turn. So in my notes, I'm going to say, I think I'm going to just add one more plane. I haven't talked to Methodical in quite a while. I'll have to ask him what the math ratios are for that. So I'm running the same ratio he had. All right. Come on, come on. Double whammy. Let's show game log. There we go. Oak and Shield, a little Lord of the Rings reference, I believe. Yes, I love having a land. Well, what do we want to have countered here? We probably just attack here. If Ninja comes out, I'll use the Sentinel's Eyes then. But just going to see if they've got it. We've got 3 turns of them having to have it. It's not that great of a card for us, really. I mean, they just can zap it. But it does let them get the tempo out. Problem is we're getting life and kind of have an unkillable cat. But it can be bounced. 4 islands suggesting otherwise. Maybe they're just into the snow-covered thing. I guess Scred doesn't have to be there. We haven't seen Evolving Wilds or Terramorphic Expanse here, so they could just be... Yep, maybe they are. Bad news for us. Maybe they just like snow-covered lands. All right. Good news, we can cast the cat. If it eats a counter, we just re-embalm it, and they can't counter that. Problem is, they might have another snap. And we lose an Umbra. Ouch. All right. That I don't mind. Let's do this because they know we have it. See if they are counter happy. If they are, all right. Interesting. Let's try another one. It's called an army, I tell you. Oh, God, the ugliest counterspell in all of Magic. The counter to the counter. Counter the crap. The Jazzercise one is really bad, but man, that is just straight up Saturday morning cartoon. It looks like a Care Bears drawing. Ugh. And then white border on top of that? Come on. What's going on? 2 mana. Seem to have all the answers. Minus the Ninja. Let's see what we can do here. Let's lead off with a Vanguard. No. That's the disgusting one again. Alright. If he's got an answer for the answer here, let me put the eyes on this. If it gets bounced, that's okay. Sentinel's Eyes and the cat can come back, so I don't really mind going into blindly casting the Sentinel's Eyes here. Some lists run 3, even 4. I like 2. I think it's probably the weakest spell of the deck. It's very efficient, being able to bring it back and stuff, but that's mid-game, and I'd rather be seeing other stuff. So, how good has the cat been today, huh? All these edicts and staying alive. Somebody told me once Lifelink's a pretty good ability. Well, I don't know if they've counted themselves out, but between Karametra's Blessing and Emerge Unscathed, I'm feeling pretty resilient here. Can't get overconfident. Alright, let's see if we can get a real creature out. We'll play this out. How many counterspells do you got? Let me see if I can get rid of that Golem. Cast the Blessing on that, if need be. Gain 4 life. I've got Scathe backup. Man, that kind of blows. And this is a color, so I can't really do much about that. Say nope. I'm going to lose our kitty cat. It's okay. All that stuff will come back. Put the good spell on this. We'll retrace the cat next turn. Retrace, listen to me. Alright. Stuck at 1 mana forever, but it's going to be a race if that Delver flips, and it doesn't. Now talk about good artwork after bad. Boy, that's pretty. Such a Simic colored card for just a blue card, but Matt Beezy, thank you for chiming in. And here come the fairies. We need some gut shots and some graveyard hate to counter some Fae and block them and kill them and such. Alright, come on back, cat. Meow. Whoosh. Whoosh, whoosh. Let's do this on... Yeah, I guess we gotta do this. Whole rock here. Done. They're hellbent. I've got them on 2 turns if this resolves twice, so let's just kind of go all in with this plan here. Want some top deck snap. That would really suck, but gotta do what you gotta do. Whambo. Hello, friend. Hey, little Kermit there. Emojis are always surprising me, except for the bald guy. And let's see if it flips. Pretty lackluster hand here on our part. Ponder if they show up a no snap, no snap. I guess I could just counter it. Spire Golem will get in the way. It ain't over, that's for sure. Blue sure does have it all. So I've been trying to redesign my blue blitz deck. If I have to be honest, which I don't have to be, but I will be, so I'm trying to be honest with all of you. The Elusive Spellfist, I love when it comes together and, you know, you ponder Preordain and everything's unblockable and stuff, but it always feels like the slowest part of the deck between the Shadow Dude and the Delver. So I even experimented with the Aaron Ephemeron, but that just suspends till next year. It's so depressing sometimes. And if you draw it mid, you just like, what do? Do you suspend it till, you know, 2040? So then I thought about playing Stormbound Geist's main and tried that. That didn't feel right. It's one creature away from really being good. I thought the Frostburn Weird, if you can bring that up, Shiraz, I'd appreciate it. I used to see a lot of play in the deck right across from us. 2 mana, it's a 1/4, and you can pump it. And with the Cloud of Dominus that I play often, that could be quite the card against that. So thank you, sir. That's a card that used to be in all kinds of lists, including the one right across from us, and then it just disappeared. What did our opponent do? They did not shuffle, so they probably have some sort of interaction, snap, or counterspell otherwise. They definitely don't have snap, because they would have gone all in here. Ninja shows up. What do they got? Ooh, man, we're hurting. All right. Really, really, really want like an Ethereal Armor here. All comes down to this. Ooh, that's scary. That kind of feels like they might have Vapor Snag there. All right, well, we'll put this on here. Call blue, I guess. God, I wish that had artifact options. Boink. Come on, something good. Not that. And we die. We had pro artifact. We live there. We're going to take... Yeah, that's 5. All right, off to game 2. That was a razor's edge matchup. Anyone's game there. Got a little bit flooded. All right, come on in, gut shots. Now then, Fragmentize will not do any good against a 6 mana costing spell. These they're going to be able to chew apart. I do like Journeys against, you know who. God, we didn't see any colors there. I think they're just playing blue. So Cho-Manno's Blessing will probably stay. I like the life gain here. This guy with Vigilance and Pro Blue would kind of be game over if it's able to happen. So let's see. And I like the cats. I'm going to lose 1 eye. Mutagenic I like. Maybe we lose 1 and 1. Umbras aren't that great. Maybe lose 2 of these. We're not seeing damage, we're seeing bounce. Let's see if this is going to do all right. What do y'all think of this list here? I mean, we could bring in Beckon App for just little aha moments and being able to I just don't know if it's worth it or not. Maybe lower our curve and put 1 in there. Let's try that. We're just having fun. Keep our curve nice and low. Problem is, if they've got a really heavy spell stutter sprite draw, we just kind of play right into them. Sometimes that can get really obnoxious. This might be the last game. Otherwise, I'll see you online. All over the place. Been playing a lot. My hands are hurting. I've been playing so much. Love this. If they don't have Snap and we've got Scathe, I've got to keep this. If we get 1 more land, this is a really good hand. Hopefully they don't play Vapor Snag, because this is one of the most fearful first turns in all of Pauper. Every color's got one. I think this is probably White's best opening move. Very dependent on what comes next, but I'm not quite sure what you said, Macaterio, but thank you, I think. I'm very ignorant with languages. Only speak the one that you hear coming out of my mouth right now. But I know we got lots of love in Brazil and Italy, so right back at ya. Do I have any more coffee? Ah, manna from heaven. Come on, land. All right. Let's do this. We're just going to start mowing down critters. Keeping them off the plan. Yes. It's kind of clunky. Wish there was a way White had trample. That would be optimal, but I'm actually going to play the other one. They got bounce. That's great. I still got an out. Then I'll sit back and attack. That way I can use the other Deftblade to clean up the mess. Even a late game, what do you call, spell stutter to kind of as a surprise value. Still got to be blocked. Let's crash in here. All right. All right. I'll attempt to get this out. Next turn we're just going to be all about get a hard counter out of the deal. That's fine. So now we're just in battle mode. I'll probably put Ethereal Armor on the other Elite. Outside of an Echoing Truth, we still have Emerge Unscathed backup. So Brazil watching the best Pauper content on Twitch. I'm a big fan. Hey, wow, thank you so much. That's awesome. God, I wish I could speak 2 languages. I'm a fan of anybody that speaks more than 1 language. How's that? But thank you, thank you. Hopefully you caught the top of the show. We've got a few new skits and fake commercials and such. All right. Let's see what we can do here. Well, yeah, let's not live in fear here. Should we? It's one of our best spells. We've got double backup here. Let's see what we can get. Faye shows up. All right, we'll just eat it. Attack. Yes. Eat it. All right. Our mana's fine. No more lands, please. Let's make this a 1-1 match. Outside of a Spire Golem, I think we're feeling pretty good about this. Even that, we could probably Blessing it and Smash Face. I think they should bring back Provoke. Not a bunch, just 1 or 2 printings, maybe at red and white again. I know they had a Sliver with it. There's a Goblin with it, and this Deftblade Elite has it. And then there's some First Strike and 3/3 that costs like 4 and a white, if I memory serves. I almost hope it doesn't. That's kind of sad that I have that much knowledge at the tip of my hat of this game. It's like, why can't I do that for stocks or something? Something useful. We will sit back. Can't really get the bonus of any sort of a heroic benefit with playing a Blessing out of turn. We're just going to use it as a Cho-Manno or Emerge Unscathed number 1 and 2. All right, there he goes. About to go down. There's another one. Let's see what happens. And here we go. Attack, attack, attack. Sure. Time for squishing. That's going to spin. That's going to do that. We'll play this out. Oops, never mind. Boing. It's another sprite. Nope. That's kind of a free duress, if you think about it. If they had sprite, they'd play it. So then we get to see what's in their hand here. Preordain. All right. There we go. There we go. What have you been playing lately, Shiraz? Three cards in hand, Preordain in tow. That's fine. We have Vigilance. We've got a 0/4. That's the last time that ninja's going to hit us, I would wager. See what we're doing here. All right. I've not played in a while, though. Interesting. All right. Let's get rid of the little obviousness here. Too much time watching people play. As my phone goes, I get a phone call for the first time. And to be answered later. Watch, it's a job offer pending that I have to answer now. Just like, not going to do it. I've been getting so many robocalls lately. It's craziness. All right. I think we've got the game here. Let's just do this. Bam. Well, might as well put it on this. Three, four. Here we go. Boop, boop, boop. Last deck I played was Singleton decks. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you beat me with those, remember? I was sitting here going, that's another one of those ones like Compass where you can just, really gives you a lot of love for the format again when you can see all the vast options. So, all right, down to a tiebreaker against Delver. Delver Snow. I don't know why they're playing snow lands, but it seems to be working, at least halfway. All right, MVP of the deck in this matchup, that's for sure. It's a little bit of a slow roll, but we got there. Yep, I'm just going to roll with it like it is. Wouldn't that be crazy to get this down to, if you follow me way, way back, after Stompy, I had a bit of a run with a deck called Green One, and it only had one spell in the whole deck that didn't cost one. I think this could turn into a white one if we're not careful. I love this hand. We've got early this, uncounterable this, counterbalance, and all we need is like just some sort of nice enchantment to show up. Maybe of the Ethereal Persuasion. Yeah. Let's we can wait on Gut Shot here. Liking that. I think I'm going to just try to bait the counter here, and we're just going to kill this thing right now out of respect. Delver Spect. Yeah. So happy. Some cloud cover showing up. I can feel the temperature dropping. I swear I'm like a cloud vampire. Keep the sun away, please. All right. Blue just has it all. Even when they're mana screwed, they can squeeze out of it with Ponder and Preordain. I've often, when I'm designing, I try to, like anybody, try to fit more and more cards in and stuff, and I'm always quick to cut to 2 Ponders and 4 Preordain, but man, it's so powerful when you run all 4. As we just saw with the Compass Control, it's just the consistency just goes off the chart. All right, well, let's get 2 critters out of 1 here at least. I think I'll suffer some bounce. I just want to get this out. Could hold back. I'm trying to play a wee bit more aggro. Set up a board state to where this flips. That'll suck. It flips. Counterspell shows up. Now, do they play completely defensive or ouch? That's what I didn't want to see. That hurts. Would have been so nice to have that behind it, but oh well. So with this scenario here, we could lead off with the cat. Probably shouldn't though. I'd really like to draw another Trailblazer here. So now they've got a counterspell in hand. We're waiting to use it. So let's see if they've got the... they want to use the counter here. Alright, cool. And was that the one that they showed us? It is. The ugly white bordered one. Alright. Let's drop here. We're in a bit of a race with the life gain here, except that we're down already, but we at least have the Emerge Unscathed behind us now. This will be a close one. He's hitting us for 1 a turn. We're hitting him for 3 if everything stays where it's at right now. Snap does so much work. Yeah, I only did the 1 Pauper Cube live. That was one of the only tournaments we've done in the last few months live, but we got to the 3-0. That was fun. It would have been so embarrassing being like the Pauper guy and going to a Pauper Cube tournament like that and then just go 0-3. I'm sure it happens. There's a lot of good players that luck of the draw and such. 2 cards on top. Well, that's not good news for us, is it? Neither is that. We don't want to be seeing lots of lands here. Let's attack. My goodness. It's like a block party going on outside. We got construction. We got all the neighbors hanging out. Sitting in their little social distancing circles and starting the weekend a bit early. Nothing wrong with that. Hopefully you're all safe and sound out there. I know it's kind of died down here in the States, but I think people are getting more antsy than anything. Oh, we don't like this. That might spell our doom if we don't get something. Oh, come on. We run a low number just so this doesn't happen. But hey, my card frame is accurate. It is now, right? We're kind of dead in the water here, aren't we? Well, I ain't afraid. Let's make them think we got something good. We don't. But we can bring stuff back from the dead. Whoa. Booyah. All right, now if we only draw 5 more lands, we've got this guy. Do you hear that, universe? That's me being sarcastic. I will take a 1-4 day as long as the 1 is against Delver any day over a good outing like we're having today, and yet one of the losses being to Delver. I've always despised. I've played it a few times. I recognize its awesomeness, but I usually brew to beat it, and it's frustrating when I can't. There was a nutter kayak floating down the river on the megaphone shouting about conspiracies, though. Nice. Oh, you talk about a viral video. You should have grabbed some footage of that. Little town crier action floating around. That's pretty great. I know there's a store out in the oh boy, I always get the name of the town wrong. Follow them on Facebook, but where all the floods are happening up in it's near Michigan. Yeah, they're having some huge issues there. There's a few LGS stores out there. Arts go out too. Hopefully they're above water, not below it. It's at, I think 2 or 2.5 dams broke or something. It's just 9 feet of water. It's just craziness. Can you imagine all this downtime? Everybody's hurting, and then that happens. It's like, good lordy. All right, well, we've got some insurance for you-know-who. Let's go gain some life. It's the last time we're going to be able to do it, really. Boop. We really need our deck to show up here. The life's keeping us in it. We'll bring this dude out. Hopefully it's got a snap, and we can at least turn it into something resembling offense. Oh, there's a video on Reddit. Nice. Can you send that to me an email or Facebook there, Shiraz? It'd be cool. I'd like to see it, but I'm not going to click on that live here, and then it won't be interactive later. I'd appreciate it, my friend. Spire Golem doing some work. All right, we've shut off the ninja, but double Spire Golem has shown up. Note to self, got to get around Spire Golem with this list. This is particularly interesting. Well, I think we're going to go in with this. Let's see what we can do here. Mr. Tapped Out Oaken Shield. Not much I can do outside of a Emerge Unscathed trick to maybe trade with a Golem. Get some life in out of it, because we're getting down to the wire here. Be nice if a sideboard showed up, although a Grape Shot, showing my age, Gut Shot isn't going to do too much here. Alright. Yeah, I got all the tricks in the world. What are you doing? They're probably logging in to see what I have in my hand. How pathetic would that be? Game's not even on the line. Or nothing's on the line. Just a W and an L, my friends. Woo! There was a very cool list I wanted to go over, but probably next week. Ran into a Proliferate deck that was fascinating. Didn't really use Infect either. It was just all in on it. And I should have written those notes down. We'll probably look over it next week. Very cool. Thank you, Shiraz. Much appreciated. Yeah, it's a pretty good way to do it, isn't it? All right. We can't really do that. If we do that, that gets there. At least get something out of this. It's not going to be enough, though. Let's see, blue. That will die. We can recast it. 2, 4, 7. If I go down to this, though, that'll suck. I'd like to kill that ninja, but not at the expense of that. Alright. Well, that could have worked out better. Oh, well. Get some life out of it. Come on, attack with those Spire Golems. I might have a win if we draw right. That's not going to help things. They get to shuffle away their bad stuff as we stare at a plains that we can't use. It's not looking good for us, folks. Well, we beat Tortured Existence, URB, and Demir. And so that was a win-win-win. And then we won with... Yeah. We're having a really good day, actually. This will be our first loss if we do lose it. Glad Compass Control showed up. Glad I wasn't a nervous wreck this time. Apologies for last week. Like I said, I'm a bit new to the control aspects of MTG, and if I've got a lot of concentrating, that's fine. Otherwise, it can get pretty ugly pretty fast. I suspect a ninja here with a replay of a golem to keep him alive. That's probably what's going on here. Let's get rid of what we can. I don't think I want to get rid of the ninja at this stage. We just want maximum damage to come through and to stay alive. So if they have mutagenic, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we got a kind of chance. It's not like we can really block anything else. Okay. Mutagenic's going to be dead meat here. We still got a chance, folks. No! There it is. Alright. Come on, you little fire angel. Show us what you got. Bring this down to blue. See if it gets snapped. Come on, come on, come on. We'll say blue. We'll say this. Hey, kind of drew that, right? Oh boy, let's see. Let's put this on. We don't even have any other enchantments. Isn't that sad? Throw this on here. See if it gets bounced or probably sprited. This will help gain us some more life, though. Ooh, look at this. Attack! Whoa! Let's see what he blocks with. Can we take out? We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. I can at least smile and mischief as we let him squirm a little bit, thinking we got some killer play, but we don't. Drop some Tricyclopean Sight Flash Technology. Stupid Delva. And that's a good tattoo right on the shoulder. the two O's could both be blue symbols, meaning the counterspell backup, right? All right, there's that. And I can't even really gain too much life here. We'll rock like this. Go down to 1, gain 4 of it back, unless it gets bounced. Then we're kind of dead meat regardless here. Is he going to snap us? He's got us. Well, good game. We lose our first one of the day, but what you going to do? Alrighty. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Boy, I got a lot of missed calls. All right, well, we had a pretty successful outing with Heroic and Compass, except for that last round. Too bad it was against Delver. These deck lists will be in the description below, later on in YouTube and such, so feel free to send us your questions, comments, concerns, pauperganda@gmail.com. A lot of you sending in deck lists last week. We've got a lot to look over, so thank you for that. It is the right place to do it. We're never on Twitter's just a place where we throw videos now, and I hope it links back. So we're just all about YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, anyway, guys, hey, stay safe out there. Have a great weekend or rest of it. And rest of the week, I mean, all days are kind of like weekends anymore. And no idea what we're going to be playing next week, but we'll see. And like I said, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you all next time on Pauperganda. Adios. Thank you, Shiraz.
From the volcano of Balaku to the leech-ridden swamps of Agadir, cast off all your inhibition. At the only casino in all Dominaria, experience the pinnacle of personal pleasures. Venture boldly at Rakdos Casino, and may all your underworld dreams come true. Rakdos Casino, the place for premium pleasures.
Are you feeling bogged down or despondent? Has a friend or loved one noticed you look withered? Then Phyresius may be right for you. Phyresius is an all-natural Phyrexian supplement that can give you a different outlook on life. Do not take Phyresius while enchanted, equipped, or have shroud. Players taking Phyresius should not man vehicles for at least 3 turns. Avoid contact with humans or merfolk if you've had a recent gut shot or have had any interactions with the graveyard. In extreme cases, exile may occur. Ask your alchemist if Phyresius is right for you.
Available at Moros's Market.